Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Addicted to the Q Cooking today. If you're new, welcome. If you watched some of my videos, I'm glad you came back. Today we are doing just simple pork tenderloin. There's a difference. There is the bigger pork loin, and then there's this smaller piece. It's pork tenderloin. It's prairie fresh. There's two just. It's almost like two little. It's about the size of a money muscle on a pork butt, if you know what that is. Um, they, if cooked right, they are like almost like a steak. The key is you don't cook them to above 140. 135, 140 is about all you want to cook these to. But if cooked right, they will melt in your mouth. I'll go through the process. I'll actually put a probe in one of these just so we don't overcook them. But stick with me. This is going to be a fun little video. Kind of an intro to pork loin. Like I said, cooked right. These are one of my family's favorite meals. So stay tuned. Alright, I'm going to get ready to rub these, but I'm going to show you what two rubs I use up close. These are both made by local Yokels. He's out of Illinois, world champion. He's won the KCBS World Invitational. This one is called Salt of the Earth. It is just a buttery, savory rub. And this one is also local Yokels barbecue, but it is Sweet Salvation. He's kind of named after them because he listens to Christian rock, and he's a Christian, so I love the names. His name's Brad Cox. I've talked to him a decent amount. So we're going to get these rubbed down. Like I said, we got the savory, and then we got the sweet. So I will show you what they look like while I'm rubbing them. I put about a medium coat on both. Also want to apologize if you see me hit the off and on button. I'm trying to record this by myself. My camera, which is my wife, is not here, so I'm doing a video solo. But I want to show you something. You see the silver skin right here? You could trim that off if you wanted to. If it was like competition or if I was feeding people, I probably would, but it's just my family, so I'm going to leave it on. It doesn't really hurt anything, in my opinion. What I also like to do sometimes is I like to cut these into 1-inch pieces and just grill them that way. That is really good also. So let's get these rubbed. Like I said, I dropped the rub. Local Yokels, Salt of the Earth. Good savory rub. I like this combo. I've used it many times. You just want to kind of get the pop. And then again, Sweet Salvation. You can buy these online a lot of places if you just Google search these rubs. There's a lot of online barbecue stores that have them on there. Or if you're in Missouri or Illinois, there's a lot of places that have those also. And then just kind of, this one's a little heavier coat, but it gives it the pretty color too. And then I'm going to flip her over and do the same thing on the other side, but I don't need to show you that. Some people believe in binders. I've used them. I haven't used them. I don't see where they make much of a difference. To me, if you let the rub, which I'm probably going to have this probably 30 minutes before I even put these on anyway, so they'll sweat and that rub will get nice and tacky anyway before they go on. So I don't really believe in a binder. It's just an extra step, but it doesn't hurt to use a binder. If that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with it. You do you. We're going to use the good charcoal and get a chimney load of that going, and we're going to cook this loin on the Weber kettle. You can use multiple things to light your chimney with. You can use a long stem lighter. I prefer a torch. You could use newspaper on the bottom of a chimney. I use Royal Oak for tumbleweeds. I've used the wax cubes. Put newspaper down in there. Just use anything but lighter fluid. Please don't use lighter fluid. Unless you like to have your meat taste like lighter fluid, I would not suggest it. But, hey, if you want to try it, you do you. Alright, here's a sauce I'm going to mix up. Beats My Mistress Sweet Thang, which is actually my barbecue sauce. So I guess if you want to order some, comment on the video and I'll get you hooked up. And we also have from Crooked Q, it's called Maple Me Crazy Barbecue Sauce. It's the perfect amount of a little bit of maple kick in it, and it is great on pork. So I'm probably going to mix about half and half. I'm not going to mix up a whole heck of a lot, probably just a cup or so worth of it, and we'll go from there. meat's on. This is what I was talking about, the sweating. See how it's... Alright, I'm going to flip it. One thing I am going to do whenever I switch these two around, I'm also going to flip them over. So this might get a little challenging. Especially with the probe. I'm going to have to reinsert the probe. Let that kind of cool off for a second. And then I'm going to flip it and do that too. And then I'm going to put the probe back in the big one. And like I said, let it cook till about 125, 1. Alright, these are ready to be sauced. They're sitting about 130, so we're going to get them sauced. Pull the probes out because I know where they're at, so that way I can sauce them even. I showed you the sauce earlier. It's about a cup of sweet thang by Meets My Mistress, which is, like I said, my sauce. So comment if you want to try to get some. We can make it happen. And the other cup was Crooked Q's Maple Me Crazy, which is a great sauce on pork. So I'm going to apply this sauce pretty liberally. I'll show you how I'm doing it. Try to do it one-handed. And then we'll pull them off. We'll let them sit on the grill about 5 minutes, let the sauce set. Then I'll pull them off and let them rest, and then we'll slice into them. Normally, I'm not a big fan of brush marks, but this is mainly backyard. One thing I love about the sweet thang sauce, really all my sauces so far, is the shine that it gets on them. I mean, look at that. Like you paint it with a paintbrush. The color is incredible. That's also the Sweet Salvation combination too. But I mean, seriously, look at that. Alright, got them nice and sauce glazed up, so we're going to let them go for about 5 minutes, let the sauce set, and then we're going to pull them off and let them rest about 10 minutes, then we'll slice them up.